Good Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos. I'm really happy to be back here in Valleview, and hopefully soon we'll be not virtual but in person together. And I'm happy that we're starting off the Shabbat. Right, we're close to Purim, and we have some plans in the works. Me and Chaplain Jake are working really hard to get the Purim going. But basically, I'm going to start with a little bit of some Torah about this week's parsha. So, привет всех, кто не говорит по-английски, я сейчас перевяжу на русском, что сейчас мы будем, извините, да, сейчас мы созначим новую шаббатную программу, и я надеюсь, что скоро мы все будем вместе, как настоящие, не через интернету, и сейчас мы надеемся, что, не надеемся, мы с Чатланом Джейком работаем, чтобы сделать Пурим. И да, будет очень хорошо. Слава Богу. Anyways, so now in English. So today is a very special day. Today is the first day of the second month of Adar. Adar is the month in which the holiday of Purim happened. And in this month, from the beginning of Adar, because it's a leap year, so last month was the first Adar. This month is the second Adar. And from the beginning of the first month of Adar, we have to consistently increase in joy. We have to consistently increase in happiness. And that's why today, not only is it the coming of Shabbat that we have to be happy for, take a break from everything that's going on, but also to be happy in joy. And that's why there's a special prayer of Hallel that I'm also going to sing. So, да, сегодня это тоже первый Рош Ходеш, первый день начала месяца Адара, в котором Пурим случился, и нам надо быть веселым, в целом энергии, в целом силе. Да. So, я сейчас буду петь немножко Hallel, чтобы сделать, как привлекать энергию. I'm going to sing the Hallel to bring on the joy. So the first one, and if you know the songs, if you in Hebrew school you probably knew them. Если в школе вы учили, если в синагоге учили, if you knew it in school, you can sing along. Hoidu ladonai ki. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. That's the wrong song. Wrong song. Keili ata ve'odeka Elokai avomemeka Keili ata ve'odeka Elokai avomemeka Hoidu lado Shem ki dov ki leolam chazdo כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו. יאי, 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 לה לה לה, יאי, 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 לה 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 לה, יאי, לה 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 לה, יאי, 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 יאי. So that's a part of the Hallel I wanted to incorporate. Obviously, we say it by Shacharis, by the morning prayer, but it's thanking God for the salvation, thanking God for his greatness, and for all the kindness that He does to us, that He does for us. And I know now it's with a lot of Russian speakers, a lot of Ukrainian people. It's difficult now because of what's happening in Ukraine and Russia. But the answer to it always is, you see what is good, we see what is bad, but you have to approach everything with joy. And that's the message of the month of Purim. Even at the time when the story of Purim is that there was a decree against the Jews that they would be annihilated. But nonetheless, they didn't lose hope. And it turned a bad thing into a good holiday, right? Into a joyous holiday. And that's the message. So we have to approach everything with joy, everything with happiness. And that's the idea of the start, or sorry, the month of Adar, the month that we're in, and the idea of continuing, that we should go from strength to strength, from joy to more joy, all the way till next month. Next month is the month of Nisan, in which Passover happens, right? That we should increase all the way through. Why? Because that's what gets you out of exile. That's what gets you out of slavery. That's what gets redemption. And it's easy to be dejected. It's easy to be sad about what's going on because it is. But at the same time, we have to be strong and yeah. So it's hard for me to, I guess, translate all that. Но сейчас очень как тяжелое время для всех русских и украинцев, что происходит в мире, и мы хотим мир, и это грустно нам видеть, и очень трудно. Ну, потому что мы сейчас в начале Адара, и нам надо в каждый день больше и больше силы, больше и больше веселость, чтобы перевести нам в жизнь. И это что приведет мир в жизни, мир в наш мир. Да, чтобы дай Бог, чтобы все было спокойно, чтобы все было тихо, чтобы все были здоровы, чтобы все имели свободу. Yeah, okay. And now I guess a little bit about this week's Parsha. So this week's Parsha, normally in this year's a leap year, but normally we have Vayakel and Pekude, two Parshas mixed together. Now we have, last week was Vayakel, and this year is Pekude. And in those, the reason we join them is because they have similar themes. It's when they construct the tabernacle. So at the beginning, Moses in Vayakel, he calls on to the Jewish people, brings them together. Vayakel, it comes from the root Kehila. Kehila is a congregation, to congregate. Congregates the Jewish people, and he says, So he congregates the Jewish people, and he says, you have to keep Shabbos. You have to keep the Shabbos holy. You have to keep the Shabbat. You have to keep the Shabbat. But then he tells them that they have to build the tabernacle. Fine. But what's the connection? What's the connection between the Shabbat, between the Sabbath, and the tabernacle? So it's an interesting idea. The idea is we learn all of the rules for Shabbat, all the things that we're supposed to do, that we're not supposed to do, comes from the actual act of building the temple, of building the tabernacle. And the tabernacle in Hebrew, the Mishkan, is a place of meeting, the meeting place. So similarly, there's also a connection, not just with the rules of the Shabbat, not just with the rules of the Shabbat, no, but with also the idea of Shabbat itself. So in one case, we build a communal place, a communal gathering that is a physical one, the tabernacle, a place of meeting, a place for God to come in. And another place, we have a spiritual place of meeting, the Shabbat. And what is the Shabbat? The Shabbat is a place where we come together. Yes, although now we're virtual. Now we're still, unfortunately, we haven't got over the pandemic, but we're on the way out. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So this is also a place of meeting. It's a place of meeting. And how do we know this? Because even somebody who hasn't had the time, who can't make it to the synagogue, who can't make it to prayers, their prayers still connect exactly in the same way. And it's this beautiful thing because it's almost a protection. Because what's happening now in the world is upsetting. What's happening now with the disconnection with the pandemic is upsetting. But we have the Shabbat where we can say, okay, we don't have to talk about this. We don't have to think about this. We have to think about whatever we can do with ourselves to learn some Torah, to be with loved ones, to what else? To sing, to be happy, to enjoy, to bring God into the world, and to forget about whatever's going around. Yeah, we have 6 days of the week to think about what's going on, but on Shabbat we don't have to think about what's going on, and that's another place of rest. That's another spiritual tabernacle for us to rest in. So that's the Dvar Torah that I have. That's the little bit that I have to say. So Shas Paruski. Так, что мы читаем в Торе на эту неделю, это Моисей говорит, как надо строить храм, как строить храм. Но перед тем он берет всех вместе, все к нему, и он говорит, надо соблюдать шаббат. Почему он говорит здесь, что надо говорить на шаббат? Когда он говорит, что надо сделать храм, нету здесь связь. Ну, оказывается, да, есть связь. Но есть связь в том же, что все правила, что на шаббат, это мы берем от строителя храма. Но есть еще больше глубокий связь. И это что храм тоже наш душевный храм. Это шаббат. Это мы строим для нас всех. Что даже когда мы не вместе, даже когда когда мы не вместе, мы можем быть вместе в шаббатом, когда все соблюдается в одно время. Everyone's keeping Shabbat at the exact same time. Когда мы все соблюдаем в то же самое время. И это есть связь, и это есть мир для всех. Так шаббат шалом для всех, чтобы мы все были вместе, чтобы мы все были близко, чтобы скоро мы будем, вместе близко. So that Shabbat Shalom everybody, that we should be close physically, spiritually, emotionally, that we should be close, that we shouldn't have to have a virtual Shabbat. And that's my, I guess, Dvar Torah. I hope it made sense. I had to think about it for a bit, but it's good. So now I'd like, because Shabbat's coming, we'll sing the Shalom Aleichem. And additionally, not only is this parsha, I guess, important because it falls in Adar, right? Which, as we were talking about, is connected to joy, right? And what greater joy is than being connected to everyone, right? Which is what this idea is. But additionally, it's also the parsha of Chazak. What does it mean, Chazak? Chazak is strengthened. And the reason it's strengthened is because we finished this week the book of Exodus, the book of Shemot. We finished the book and we go to Leviticus. And the end is wedged in the beginning, and the beginning is wedged in the end. That the strength comes, that we connect and right now we're starting here at the end of the book, but just because we're starting here, we connect it to the whole book of Exodus. And like that, we're strengthened by the whole book. So chazak, we need chazak, that everyone should be strengthened, and we should be strong. So now we'll sing the Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leShalom, Malachei השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלכי המלוכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלכי המלוכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלכי המלוכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי העליון. מי מלך מלכי המלוכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. So that's a song that's welcoming the angels. It's bringing them in because Shabbat has a different spiritual energy than the week. Right? Because 6 days Hashem created the world, on the 7th day Hashem rested, on the 7th day God rested. 6 дней Бог сделал наш мир, и на 7-й день, на субботу Он отдыхал. И сейчас вот эта песня привлекает ангелов к нам, ангелов в нашу жизнь, в шаббатные чувства. В душу, шаббатная душа. Да. И so, what else did I want to do? I wanted to also, I guess, so that's all I prepared, but I wanted to do one more thing is, if everybody who's listening, everybody who can, I just wanted to say Shema with everybody. So we'll say it together. We put if you can, put your right hand over your eyes. You say, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. So, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you so much. And I look forward to doing this again next week. Hopefully I'll prepare more. I prepared too little. But next week, I promise I'll come back. Shabbat Shalom.